How's it going, YouTube? Dr. C3 here, and we are joined, of course, with the one and only Mr. Carbonite.
Bada bing, bada boom, it's the realest host in the room. Carbonite, how you doing?
Wow. I don't even know what to say after that. You left me speechless.
Oh, I leave everyone speechless.
Alright. Enough with the corny intros. We need to get down to business. You can see there's something on the screen. What is that? What is that? Let the people know.
It is beautiful. That is beautiful. That is the logo for the Dr. Carbonite Battle Frontier League, new and coming at ya.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy. So let's talk about this, right? You just talked about it, Dr. Carbonite Battle Frontier.
Yeah,
Lay it
Dr.
on me.
Carbonite Battle Frontier. It's co-founded by myself and Dr. C3, of course, collaboration of our names because, you know, just in case you didn't understand. So obviously, it's going to be a showdown battle league. You know, it makes the most sense. A lot of kind of people don't have the ability to gen and stuff, so it's going to be a showdown battle league, and it's comprised of 2 divisions. Now, I want to see in the comments if you know what these names are from. If you know what these names are from, there's a special prize for you. It's the Oblivion division and the Oathkeeper division. Oh, hype. Please let me know if you get the reference.
You know what? I'm going to be completely transparent. I actually don't know what the reference is from. I'm just, like, super excited for this league to begin with. And just to touch on the, 2 divisions aspect. So, Carbonite and I are going to be split. So, going into this,
Damn straight. I'm going to be heading up the Oblivion division, whilst Dr. C3 will be heading up the Oathkeeper division.
Right, and that's... Oh, man. I can't wait. Hopefully we face each other off in an outer division match, and we're going to be talking about that real shortly here. As you can see, we have a 24-team format. This is why we wanted to make and create this league. Co-founders us, like, we wanted to jump in and say, hey, let's get as many people as we can and just, like, have a good time, have a really large draft, right? Something that a lot of people can get excited for and make it a little more difficult for people who are experienced and just have, all of our friends all together in one league. I think it'd be a great time. So, as of right now, we don't know who's going to be in the league, but we do know that we're going to be releasing the coach sign-up shortly. And I just think that with everyone that we know through all of our Discord servers, unfortunately, there are going to be people left out. And we can't really make it first come, first serve, because that's a little unfair to people who saw it day 1 versus people who saw it day 3. So it's sort of like we're gonna have to pick between some people, and it's unfortunate, but it's what happens whenever you try and join 2.5 leagues together, really. Jumping into
one of the sorry,
go ahead.
So one of the things that I will probably definitely be doing, I'm not sure if Dr. Steve will be doing it, but if there is a high volume for people who want to jump into this for the GPBA, I will be hosting probably like a 10-12 person kind of like mini league. Just so you know, if you don't get into this, don't worry. You still get your favorite people. We'll just, being a different server, but you'll still get all the love. You still get all the love.
Right, exactly. We don't want to exclude anyone when we do this. We just want to make sure that, we fill out all the 24 teams and we can just sort of improvise from there. We'll make sure that everyone's included, though, in some fashion.
Oh, definitely.
I'm glad you said that. So, jumping into the tier structured here, the draft is going to be a little bit unique. Like, it's going to be standard, but because we have 24 teams, it's going to mean 240 picks total. And I don't know about you, but I can't think of 240 Pokemon off the top of my head. That's for sure.
It's a lot of Pokemon.
It's a lot of Pokemon. I mean, when you have to really resort to, like, Eviolite Monferno as your fighting type, it might have to come down to that to some of these teams here.
Still power.
Now, because we wanted everyone to have somewhat of a balanced team with so many, well, obviously 24 teams in the format, it's crazy. We are keeping the same structure where we have tier A, B, C, D, and E reflective off tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a mega pick. But instead of having 11 Pokemon to a team, we're only going to have 10, and this is just because of the volume of coaches that we have. I think that's going to end up being 264 picks, if I did the math correctly, and that's a little bit more than what we anticipated. Excuse me. And it's going to be a stake-style draft, so, the first pick is going to go, whoever's, first pick has to grab one of the best Pokemon in the league, obviously, and when you get to that lower end, you get rewarded because you get to go back to back. So it's the only fair way we can do it with 24 teams. Jumping into the Z captains, of course, since there's not 24 Z crystals, we also have to improvise and make it so that we have 2 Z captains, which could use any Z move they would like, minus Omni boosting Z moves, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on a different slide, as well as the team has 3 free agency moves that they can make at any point throughout the season prior to playoffs, and trades between players are going to be a little bit hectic because you can have as many as you like.
Whoa.
Yeah,
it's going to be Pokemon flying left, right, and center.
I know, right? You're really going to have to be buttering up some coaches to give away some of their picks. I can tell you, those tier Bs and Cs are going to be very hot and heavy snipes.
They're going to be crucial.
So why don't you tell us a little about... I can't speak right now, but why don't you tell us a little bit about when will it start?
So once the teams are finalised, we've got the date at the moment, Sunday, May 18th. We don't plan on changing it, but if like half the coaches can't make it, then we will probably revise it. But Sunday, May 18th is the goal that we're aiming for. The season itself, it will consist of 15 matches. So you will fight all the 11 coaches in your division, and you'll also fight 4 outer division matches. Because we decided, 11 matches, it's not enough. But 23 matches, probably a little too many.
Right, we're going to be playing...
we went with a nice, comfortable 15 matches. But people can get down with that, I reckon.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we have 23 weeks, we're going to be bleeding into Generation 8 while we're still on this league, so it's probably best that we stay only to 15 matches.
Yeah, definitely. So, to save confusion, this reads the top 4 teams of each division will enter playoffs. So it's the top 4 from Oblivion and the top 4 from Oathkeeper. Now, the way that the playoffs will be structured is that the championship will always be the person who made it through all the playoffs in the Oathkeeper and the person who made it all the way through the playoffs in the Oblivion. So that way, you've only got to worry about kind of like you get to keep in your area before you then be head to head with the king in the other part. But there will be single game eliminations, no best of 3, no best of 5, because otherwise it could take too long. They never happen all on the same day. But it's going to be hectic. So only the top third of all the coaches will enter, which is going to be it's going to be good. You're going to have to be top tier to make it in there, but that's what the playoffs is all about.
Right.
And then the league itself... Ooh, sorry.
No. Go ahead.
So the league itself is going to run throughout the summer. It's going to be a nice summer league, when people are off from school, no college, no university. That way, it's the highest amount of interaction. It's going to be everyone's here for this colossal event. And it's going to finish around the end of September, which is what we're aiming for. With 15 weeks, it should hopefully end at the end of September.
Yeah, you never know if there's going to be, maybe an extra week off just because of like the gap between regular season and playoffs and what have you. But I just wanted to say with eight coaches, you could be, you could even be 12-3, and it might come down to the wire. It just depends on how well you do in your division. It's going to be crazy. That's all I wanted.
Yeah, that differential could be the difference maker.
Oh, I'm sure it is going to be for at least 2 coaches. Obviously battling for that 4th seed.
You got 15 differential? Tough tit. That guy's gone 7-4, and he's got bloody 15 differential.
Just the law of the land sometimes,
It is indeed.
Alright, so we talked about a little bit of the when it's going to start, how it's going to start. Let's go back into the draft and some of the key elements that you need. Just like moving forward. Why don't you kick us off with some of these clauses here? We got a little bit of a list.
So the clauses that we have in effect for the league, kind of the ones that you definitely need to know. Sleep clause. Obviously, you can only put 1 Pokemon per match to sleep. That's all you can do. You can't put all 6. So I don't want to see none of this circuitry hypnosis action. You will see it from me though. You've then got the species clause. Now this means that if you draft Scizor and Cypher for some reason, you can't draft both of them. because it's stupid, and why would you want two bug types? But it helps with diversity. I mean, I've never seen anyone try to do it unless they're running like a mono team or something. But just to kind of, I don't know, just to spare, it will be like no doubles of any kind of evolution line. Then got one of the most like standard ones, the Oko claws, Horn Drill, Sheer Cold, Fissure. They are banned. Get them out. There's no need for them. I don't care if they're 30% accuracy. It's stupid. You know, you could be wide lens. You could be bloody that move that locks on. You know, all that jazz. So they're not in them. Then got Simple Claws. Yes, I know this one's a little bit sketchy, but Simple's banned. I know only like B-Barrel can take advantage of it. I think like Swoobat can as well. But it's just stupid. No one uses it anyway, so there's no problem in banning it. Same with Moody. I know that Moody's basically only Smiggle, but it's still banned. You cannot use it. I don't want to hear none of this. Oh, but if I sacrifice a pick or if I sacrifice points, can I use it? It's like, no. It's not that dire. You just don't need it, okay? Then you've got the Evasion Move clause. So evasion moves are banned. Fully gone. You cannot... This does include acupressure. I know that a lot of leagues don't clarify on it, but this does include acupressure as well. Because there is a chance, I know it's out of like 7 stats, but there is a chance for it to raise evasion. So there is none of that at all. Then the Endless Battle clause, probably the biggest staple in leagues. You cannot force an endless battle. It's wrong, it's scummy, it is just down there at the bottom of the earth. You're just not doing it. It's not allowed. Not at all.
Yeah, I mean, if we do see, because it's on Showdown, if we do see a coach who does end up trying to force things to endless battle and timer stall out, we'll make note of it and we'll take proper repercussions if necessary. I don't think anyone will be able to do it, but it's 24 teams. You never know. You never know.
I mean, if I watch a replay and I see 20 turns of you clicking Roost and then Protect, you're about to get slapped. Like, fully slapped by the Discord mod hammer. Like, to the jaw. You will lose teeth, I assure you.
You hear that, coaches? I think that was a threat. Anyway.
That's not a threat, that's a promise.
Alright, there you go. It's a promise. You know,
it's a promise.
I don't want to be in the Oblivion division with that kind of, promise. That's for sure.
It's going to be a fair ground. But you've then got the baton pass. Now, this is very much a highly one for debate, but we have settled on it, so tough shit. The baton pass, you can use it as long as you are not passing any kind of stat whatsoever. I don't want to hear, I want to pass a sword stance, I want to pass an agility, I want to pass a calm mind. No, you can pass yourself. That is it. It's only a ticket entry for 1. No +1s, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's one of those rules where we heavily debated about it, and I think what ultimately came down was, again, that 24 team factor. There's going to be a lot of Pokemon that can abuse that ability to baton pass speed and other stats, or just speed alone. And if each coach doesn't have a fair chance to get that kind of utility in a draft, I don't think that we should allow it across the board in general. So it was just a safe, easy ban, and that way hey, if you draft a Vaporeon and you just want to have a slow pivot, you can do that, but just know that you can't run agility with it.
Exactly. I mean, you can wish and then baton pass on the next turn, so like Vaporeon takes the damage and then you come in and like, boom, I'm ready to go. But no stats. I don't want to see no iron defenses, I don't want to see no amnesias, none of it. I mean, you can use them, you just can't pass them. Then the final move is, we touched on this a little earlier, Z Omni boosting is banned. I don't want to see no Commonium Z. I don't want to see no Evium Z. I don't want to see Z Happy Hour. Okay, if it's a Z move that boosts every single one of your stats, get it the fuck out. It never belonged in the first place, okay? Like, you're not using it. Plain and simple. You're not using it.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where, again, it's probably banned in most leagues, but we just have to clarify it in full extent, because there are coaches, and I promise you, even after this video goes out, there's going to be a coach in the league that says, can I use Clangerous, Scales, Soul, Blade Game, whatever the move is for Como, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I said. You heard me right. Anyway. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all the rules and regulations that we have to talk about, and that's pretty much everything that we have to announce for this video. I hope coaches are getting excited and getting ready, and we will be releasing, like I said, the signups for this league very shortly. Very, very shortly. Yeah. It might even be in the description of this video.
Yeah, don't fret your little heads. All the information will be coming out. Yeah, I hope this video has brightened up your Sunday. It's going to be, it's just going to be lovely. I mean, I'm gassed for it. I know Dr. C3 is gassed for it. I'm hoping you're all hyped for it as well. And obviously, it's not just an exclusion. You know, if you don't make it into this, you can still do the league. You know, you can be in the server, you know, watch the mayhem and the carnage and hopefully the prime battles play. We're not looking to miss anyone out. There's going to be a Twitter in the description. So you're going to see everything, draft picks, coaches, replays will all be smashed out onto that Twitter, so you will never miss a beat.
Yeah, it's going to be very happy. I'm very excited to be here and just able to join, you know, my league, the CPL, along with Carbonite's leagues with the GPBA and others, to just, you know, be a collective unit and try and like join everyone in the Pokemon community. That's just the goal of this league, right? It's just get as many people together and have fun and enjoy it. And I know if you are watching this and you weren't, you know, primarily trying to be a coach, you just wanted to be involved, we're definitely going to have the Discord link and Twitter and everything down below. So, you know, you won't miss a thing, I promise you.
You don't have to be a coach to be part of this big family, and we are inviting everyone to Thanksgiving.
Wow. Some of the things
everyone's coming. Bring your nan, your aunts, your children, your cousins. Bring everyone. Bring your pets. No dogs, but bring your pets. Cats are allowed. Great. Budgies. I don't even care. Right. Like, bring everyone. Everyone's coming down for this.
Right.
Everyone.
Speaking of everyone should definitely make sure to like the video and leave a comment down below as to which division you think will reign superior. Is it going to be the Oblivion with the Kartana, or is it going to be the obviously better Oath Keepers with Landorus here? I'm just saying.
I mean, Kartana wins that 1v1 every time, but also remember to slap down in the comments if you know the reference for Oblivion and Oathkeeper. Let me know. There's a special prize in it for all of you. A hug and mention from me. Mwah.
Alright, with all that said, I think it's time to get on out of here, and, you know, of course, Carbonite and I will catch you in the next one.
We will see you all later. Bye-bye!